We want to make efo-riro, jollof rice, and turkey stew.
I flew all the way to be with my favorite YouTuber.
So we're going to use these bell peppers for the efo.
The vegetables have been washed and sliced.
That's your efo-riro ready. See how yummy this looks. If your jollof rice does not look like this, I really don't know what you're doing. This is giving Nigerian party jollof rice. My turkey stew is ready. Guys, that efo-riro, oh my days, that efo-riro bang! See the way I get excited talking about food. I know I'm a foodie. I know I've accepted it.
Hey guys, so we promised you a friendship tag, so we're here to deliver.
I'm quite friendly. I always wear a smile anytime you see me, so I'm very approachable.
I pray that God, as He divinely orchestrated our friendship, will divinely orchestrate your friendships. In Jesus' name, I pray that He will send you destiny helpers.
Bye.
Can we skip to the good part?
Hi guys, welcome again to our YouTube channel. So guys, it's been a while I saw you, and I just thought to update you on my efo-riro cooking. We'll be cooking efo-riro today. Sorry guys.
Oh my days. Wow, what was that? Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. Hope you're all doing very well. Today is Tuesday and I just want to quickly cook. We went to the market earlier this afternoon. We bought a few things. We want to make efo-riro and jollof rice and turkey stew. Kunbi is in love with my... Kunbi, come and tell them about my turkey stew.
Our turkey stew is kingdom material. Like, it's just out of this world. It's otherworldly, you know. I don't know if you've eaten anything and you're like, this can't be from here, you know. It's just, it takes me to another world. Because, yeah, the last episode, they saw me dragging turkey. So I almost went to church today because of that turkey. So, I mean, it's really good. I used to give them a recipe.
Yeah, I'm generous like that, so I'll show you guys how I make it. You know what, you want me to hold it? Should I hold it?
Well, it's okay.
Or should I be sharing is caring?
Yeah, but that's gold. It's gold you're giving out to.
Anything for you guys.
Bookie best in turkey stew.
That's my title.
So
we're going to be making that, but she's making efo. And I would make the coconut jollof rice and the turkey stew. So we just wanted to bring you guys along, really. Yeah, you guys can see what we do. Would you do like a tutorial or would you talk them through the efo? But yeah, how are you guys been? The week has been quite slow. Kunbi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm excited because it's like being on my favorite YouTuber's channel.
Oh, she's my #1 fan.
I feel like going to I came to Hollywood to visit Jennifer Lopez.
This girl has been making me blush since.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah, because I'm always on the other side in Nigeria. In fact, watching.
Yeah.
I flew all the way to be with my favorite YouTuber. That's cool. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let us get to cooking. I know it's going to take a long time because we want to make 3 meals. I'm basically just been prepping, cooking in bulk for this week. That will last us for hopefully the rest of the week and even next week. So let's get to cooking. I will catch you guys later. Actually, what plans do we have for this weekend?
Are we going shopping?
Yes.
Yeah, we might be taking you along on that.
Yes, so we actually plan on going to, is it White City, isn't it? The Westfield
there,
White, because I'm tired of Stratford. Remember you even said, okay, Stratford is okay.
It's because it's basically like backyard.
It's like 20 minutes away from me, so I think we'll go to Westfield on Saturday just so she can window shop, have a look around. I want to spoil her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do on Saturday. Friday we don't really have much, but maybe just chill, watch movie and whatnot. Sunday church, and then that's it. So yeah, that's the
Really
plan
looking forward to church on Sunday.
Oh yes. We have fun Sundays, like I told you guys. I'm not sure what they are giving us on Sunday though.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah,
it's been fun because we've had ice cream, we've had pancakes and popcorn. We've had we had cake. So we are basically at 4 locations. Liberty Church at 4 locations. North London, Croydon, Canary Wharf and Woodford. So for Woodford, last week Sunday we had pancakes, and then Canary Wharf had popcorn, I think. North London, what did you guys have? We had cakes.
They had cakes.
Cupcakes. Really tasty cupcakes.
So I think different activities basically going on at all locations. So as I said, my church is generous. We are cool. We are cool people. Alright guys, let's stop talking. Get to cooking. We'll catch you later.
Bye. So hi guys. To clean the vegetables, I'll be chopping the bottoms out first. That part usually has so much sand, so much more impurities, but because it's also not really necessary in our soup, we won't be using it, so I'll be chopping that aside and throwing it away after. You can see we have a lot of vegetables, and the reason is because these particular vegetables tend to shrink when it's heated up, under heat in the pot, so we have to use as much as possible to get as much content in our pots as possible.
Guys, I'm just here as supporting act. I'm just here to share, exactly, to cheer her on, support. Go Kunbi, go. Oh my days, get your friend like Kunbi, okay? That will shut it up for you.
It's my pleasure, I'm glad to.
We love it.
Finally be able to lend a hand on my favorite YouTube channel.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's what we have for now. Now that we've chopped off all the bottom, so the next step is the washing, which is the most interesting part.
Because
it's heavy duty,
isn't it?
because we have to wash it multiple times.
I wash mine like 4 to 5 times, you know.
Yes, so we'll have to wash it gradually, so a little at a time, so that we can wash it properly. We also don't have very large bowls, so we'll just make do of what we have. Your bag of chips. See the person assisting me with her bag of chips. Okay,
no, I'm actually
so I've rinsed that.
Let me bring you guys closer so you
Yeah.
can see what she's doing.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put more water and set it aside, you know, a second time, because I want the dirt under it to come out and sort of settle to the bottom of the bowl, and then I'll come back to it.
To be fair, this one doesn't look that dirty, isn't it?
No, it doesn't.
There's not a lot of sand. There was one time I bought spinach and oh my days, I almost cried. Because I washed it literally almost 10 times and the sand, and the last thing you want to do is cook soup and you're hearing crack, crack, crack. Like,
should I tell them the story of the boy I cooked sandy egusi for?
oh yeah, now share.
Are you people ripe for personal stories?
Your family, go on.
Okay, so back then when I was schooling, doing my higher education in a town in Scotland. Let me not give you too much details, you know, so that it's not TMI. In a town in Scotland, there was a really handsome, you know, tall, dark and handsome guy, that had gym body, in fact, tall with a straight back.
Oh, not with a straight back.
And then he used to, you know, give me the idea that, I like you. And in my head, I'm like, this guy is so good looking. I like you too. And then, he used to, you know, act like, you know, there was some. And one day he came over and I had, as usual, I used to cook cook quite well and cook quite frequently. And then he came over and obviously we had an argument. There was some, disloyal activity that had gone on. And it wasn't intentional, guys, but it came out together the way nature wanted it, basically.
Not nature.
So he came over and we were supposed to talk it out. And then I had, gone to the shops. I had gotten egusi and, I had gotten meat, fish, crayfish. I mean, that egusi was complete to the nines. And in the process of making egusi, usually vegetable is the last thing you add. And I had gone to the shops, to the African shops, and I had bought vegetables and they were frozen. It's ugu, frozen ugu. It comes in like in a wrap already frozen. And I thought, oh, this is washed already. So I packed it. I washed it just once. I put it in a bowl of water just once and didn't really pay attention to credit. So I think even putting it in that bowl of water was just for just to put in water's sake, so it dissolves and scatters and then you can put it in the soup properly. So I didn't know how much sand that vegetable really had, because it's like when you buy vegetables from the supermarkets now, it's packed, it's washed. I had no idea how much sand it really had. So inside the deliciously tasty egusi, we launched the vegetables. And I had made poundo. I don't know if you know what's poundo. So poundo is like, okay, so it's like powdered yam that is made, flour, yeah, that is cooked. So I had made poundo, and this particular guy thought, oh wow, I'm going to go have a piece today. And because I was so busy cooking, cleaning up, I had served him up food, and I was the last to eat. And when I served him the food, he was eating it and looking at me, eating it and looking at me. And so when I launched in to eat mine, I found out that the sand in it was like beach. But because Oboha happened, and because I cannot break now, no, you can't break now. I kept the solid face like, it's tasty. I don't know what's in your bowl. But it's, bowl of soup is tasty. And then he ate it. And obviously I'm sure he grounded that sand away. And I'm sure inside me I felt remorseful, but while it was going on, I was like, I have fed this guy with pounded yam and sand soup.
Oh dear.
And I know that our discussion wasn't, I don't even think there was much to say that day. So I was like, yeah, he's leaving. I'm like, And then as he just shut the door, I broke out into laughter. I laughed. I don't even know if I continued eating that food that day. But for the fact that, should I not feel bad? Wait. Should this just make me feel bad, or I should not even tell this just again? Hey, because it's not nice, so but I didn't do it intentionally. Nature just played its role. I'm a really
wasn't
nice
meant
girl.
to be.
It's just nature. Well, even I had to take some of that, because it meant that I didn't have a successful soup to continue eating. Because when you're eating soup with sand, there's impurities now.
I mean, yeah.
So, what's the lesson from our story? Wash your vegetables.
Wash your vegetables, guys. Don't be like Kunbi.
Don't be like me. So you don't end up punishing other people. Yeah, it wasn't intentional, but it happened.
Everything you do, one thing, you have for your
Drop it in the water, let the daughter find an image with the rest. I'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, revealing every pretty bit of skin. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley, Pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer. Greater is the one within and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky. Never wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher, higher. Fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher, higher. Fly up out the valley and the fire. Train her feet for running. Show her every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for becoming. Even in the fever, baby, cry and get to running. And tell her that you better get your bootstraps up. You're with the army, ready when the truth act up. Nothing can harm me. Yelling from the roof, I touch, put up a guard and count to 10. Lion's den, speaking with the higher pen. Can't be touched by fire. Fast forward to the grown things now. I'm working on them soul things now. Forgiving all your old ways, but it's harder on the cold days. Never been a product of a flaw.
Okay guys, so Kunbi is actually slicing or cutting the spinach, and then I've gone ahead to start, what's it called now, blending my bell pepper. So we're going to use these bell peppers for the efo as well as the turkey stew I'm making.
And the jollof.
Are we going to use for the jollof?
Coconut. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to use some for the coconut jello, but we didn't get a lot though. Is it going to be enough for all of that?
Yeah, I think so. There's tomatoes, right?
Yeah, so we're going to mix it. Can be your phone. Not me.
I'll call her back.
Okay, so we're going to basically mix this red bell peppers with, let me show you guys, with the tinned tomato. This is my favorite brand for chopped tomatoes, Napoli, and I believe it's an Italian brand. So I've used 2 of these. I've blended it here already and it's currently boiling. So this is what we're going to use for our efo, and then we would add a bit of the red bell peppers, and then the rest of them we would use for the turkey stew and the jollof rice. So I just wanted to give you guys an update whilst we do this. Yeah, so we'll catch you guys later.
You're a perfect man. Got the whole world in your hands, but you still reaching out for me. Ooh, wow. Why you love me too? I'm nothing like you. Opposite of holiness was what I was, but I'm to you. See my soul and could you see why?
So hi guys, we're done with the prepping. The vegetables have been washed and sliced. We've got our assortment of meat here. I believe we have beef, we have shaki, we have, is there gizzard here? And then we have stockfish. Yeah. And then we have blended or chopped up tomatoes, pepper, and bell pepper basically, and scotch bonnet with onions here, fresh. And in this pot, I'm sure you might not, okay, yeah, so in this pot we have our boiled pepper. So it has some grinded scotch bonnet as well with some onions, but that has been boiled. It has been boiled to remove moisture and also give the pepper a head start in the cooking process. Yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do is I have a big pot here. Yeah, the pot is quite big. But we'll make do, yeah. We'll make do. So this is the first, right?
Yes, yeah, that one.
So this will be my first time cooking for anyone to watch.
Aww, you're doing so well.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kunbi in full, yeah, because I don't think we've come to a proper introduction.
To be fair though,
yeah.
I haven't actually done, maybe afterwards, if we're not
we
too
should.
tired.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We should do like how we knew each other, how we
Yeah.
got to basically, get to know me tag, like friendship tag, I guess. So you guys can formally.
This pot is huge, that's why I'm moving it so that the heat can attack the remaining water left and leave.
Our babe.
Yeah. So We'll be using our palm oil, not too much. So this is the gist. Because we are cooking African soup, African soup no they get measurements. Measurements
It's from
it's from experience.
We
You will gauge it and you will know that
we use eye to measure.
Enough. Yes, eye, head and heart. Yeah, because we cook from the heart as well. Yeah, we cook with love from the heart. So that's a healthy portion. Okay, so this is the thing. For efo-riro, you don't need too much blanching of the oil. So it's just to get the oil hot lightly, and then you can start your cooking. So because we have pepper, that's bell peppers, scotch bonnet and onions that, you know, is still fresh, we'll start with that.
Him, adore him. He will give you everything. Come and take everything more.
That looks nice.
Yeah. So the idea is to fry it up until about fry it up for about 5 minutes. So while that is frying up, I will put the blended and boiled puree that was boiled earlier on that has the tomatoes, so that they can all fry up together.
Used to know. Lord, please hold my hand as I go down this road.
Spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind.
The next thing I do is to put some of the crayfish in it into it.
Do you want a spoon?
Yeah. Thank you.
Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within, and call him as the leader.
And then next, I'm going to be putting some of the meat we have here. This is going to be a really nice
All the obstacles.
yeah, obstacle course. Wow, that's a rich soup. So I'll stir that so that it can
My neighbors are in trouble.
they are
The fragrance, the aroma.
They'll soon come and knock our door and find out what we are doing.
days.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can smell it from downstairs.
So while that is on the heat, the next thing I'll do is to blanch the vegetables. The reason why we blanch the vegetables is to give it a head start in the cooking process, and so that we don't have to cook it for so long here.
Yeah.
It also takes out some of the greenery and the chlorophyll excessive in the spinach. It also helps us shrink the spinach a bit before we put it into the pot, because if we put it into the pot directly, a whole lot of moisture is going to come out from there.
Yeah.
I might not want as much moisture in there, so we have to let this blanch a bit and take out the vegetables, so we know the amount of moisture we're adding to the food.
Come on, Chef K, Chef Kunbi.
So let's do that now. So how my grandma does it is she puts salt first. So she puts a bit of salt on it. And I guess that's a way of preserving the vegetable in the process. And then we'll be pouring it in. I'm sure you've shown how to blanch
Yes,
before,
I
because I
have.
watched it in one of your episodes.
I
Yeah.
have. I'm sure they know what this is.
Yeah. So we're going to leave that to rest for a while. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come to frying pepper and meat, and then I'm going to pour some stock. So this stock liquid is from the boiling of the meats we used, and it carries a whole lot of flavor.
Yep.
So we're going to add it to it. So we're going to let that cook. The blanching doesn't take too long, just about let's say 2 to 3 minutes. The reason is because we do not want to overcook the vegetables as well. So now that we have our vegetables all squeezed out, we'll transfer it to the pot. Yeah, can you see? The meat has drank up some of that pepper, and I'm sure every bite into any meat in this pot will be so sumptuous. So the last thing we're going to do is to pour our vegetable. Now we just mix and let the vegetable introduce itself to the peppers and the meat.
Wow, that looks nice.
We're going to let this sit in a bit, just for another 1 minute or two, and then we'll bring it down and our efo-riro will be ready. Let me wash my hands. The vegetable is just soft enough and gives us the right amount of crunch. Nice.
Is it ready?
Yes, it's ready. We're done.
Okay, so that's your efo-riro ready. I hope you enjoyed this efo-riro tutorial by Chef K.
I definitely enjoy taking you to it.
Guys, make sure you appreciate all this effort in the comments, okay?
Oh, please do. Thanks for having me. It was really a good time cooking with you people. I'm glad I could do this with you.
Aww.
Bye.
Okay, so
And good sous chef who also helped me along the way.
I didn't really do much. I was just the cameraman. So I'm gonna make the what's it called now? The rice, coconut jollof rice. Okay guys, so it's my turn to chef it up in the kitchen. So I'm going to quickly make the coconut jollof rice. And I told you guys we're making efo-riro, coconut jollof rice and turkey stew, but I doubt we're gonna make the turkey stew today because it's currently past 7 and yeah, time has gone. So I'll quickly make the jollof rice. You guys already know how I make my jollof rice, so I'm not going to do much talking. So yeah, I currently have the boiled tomato in the pot. Let me bring you guys closer because I'm sure you can't see from there, okay? Okay dokie, you guys should be able to see the pot very well now. So this is my boiled tomato I boiled earlier. I'm just going to add my vegetable oil and fry it for a bit. Yep, so that's that. So I'll leave this to fry for about 5 minutes before I add my seasonings, and I'm not going to cover it just so it fries and it doesn't cook. So catch you guys in 5 minutes. Okay, so this has been frying for over 5 minutes now. I'll just stir it up a bit, and then I'll go ahead and add my chopped peppers. You know, the one we blended earlier, we chopped earlier. I'll just add a bit of that. And then leave this to fry for another 5 minutes, and then we would go ahead and add our seasoning. Okay, so this has been frying for a bit now. I will go ahead and add my meat stock. So this is what it looks like. So when I fried my turkey and chicken, or when I boiled my turkey and chicken, this was the stock that I got from it. So I'll just throw that in here. Add more flavor to this stew. And then once that is in, I will go ahead and add my coconut milk, because I told you guys this is a coconut jollof rice recipe. So this is the coconut milk I'm using, this one by Tropical Sun. Stir this up for a few seconds. And then I'll go ahead and add all my seasonings. You guys already know all the seasonings I use, so I would not bore you guys by mentioning all of them. I'll just go ahead and add them all in. Actually, since this is more or less a tutorial, I guess I will still tell you guys. So this is thyme, chicken seasoning, Like Kunbi said, we don't use any measurements. We basically just use our eyes and we gauge the quantity or the amount to use. Hot curry powder. Mixed herbs. Oregano. And then I would add my Maggi. So I'm gonna add 2 of these. And then finally I'm gonna add my, what's it called now, bay leaf. Actually, I just realized I haven't added salt. So I'll go in with my Saxa salt. And then stir it up. Once I've stirred this up a bit, I'll leave it to cook for about 10 minutes and then I'll go ahead and turn in my rice. Okay dokie, so this has been on the fire for about 10 minutes now. I think it is time to add in my rice, which I will be doing shortly. So this is my washed rice. I'm just going to add that in to the pot. And then of course I'm going to stir it gently. Guys, the fragrance from this coconut, oh my days, is heavenly. It smells so good. Okay, so now that the rice is in here, you know the next thing to do is to cover it with my foil and leave it to cook for about 20-30 minutes. But I will check it in the next 15 minutes just to stir it up a bit and just make sure that it's not burning. To be fair, jollof rice is bound to burn. It's part of the flavor. It adds flavor to the rice. So I'm just going to leave this to cook for the next 15 minutes and then I would see how far it has cooked. But I think all in all, it should take about 30 minutes for it to be fully cooked and ready. Alright guys, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay folks, let's quickly check up on the rice. It's been cooking for over 10 minutes. Oh, can you guys see? The aroma from this rice, guys. Wow. I'm just going to stir it gently. It's even starting to burn, so I'm going to reduce the fire a bit so it can cook on low heat. Yeah, let me taste it. Yummy. I'm going to add a bit of water just so it can get completely soft. Yeah, that's fine. It's soft, but it's not soft enough. So I just added a tiny bit of water so it can get completely soft. So I'll leave this to cook for another 5 minutes and then our coconut jollof rice will be ready. Wow, guys, finally, I think my jollof rice is ready. Can you guys see how yummy this looks? If your jollof rice does not look like this, I really don't know what you're doing. This is giving Nigerian party jollof rice and then the coconut milk. Oh my days, this is premium jollof rice. Let me bring you guys closer. I'm salivating. Can you guys see? So yummy. That's basically the end of my coconut jollof rice. I'll just leave that, turn off the gas, and that's me done. We're gonna go ahead now and eat. It's been a very long day. Myself and Kunbi are hungry, so we're gonna quickly eat now. We'll see you guys tomorrow when we make our turkey stew, and if we get up to anything during the week, we would pick up the vlog and continue from where we stop. I hope you guys have enjoyed these recipes, efo-riro and coconut jollof rice. I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Morning, guys. Hope you're all doing very well. So it's the next day, the day after. I told you guys that yesterday we were so tired and we couldn't make the turkey stew. We wanted to make, first off, we wanted to make 3 meals yesterday: efo-riro, coconut jollof rice, and turkey stew. But we ended up making just efo-riro and coconut jollof rice because we were so tired. We couldn't just basically make the turkey at that time. I think we finished like past 7 or so, and then we had a meeting we wanted to attend, so we're just like, let's leave it for tonight. We would make it today. So yeah, I'm about to go make it now. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. But yeah, guys, that efo-riro, oh my days, the efo-riro banged. Oh, it was so nice. If you had seen our plates, I wanted to film it, but the amount of poundo I ate, I didn't want you guys to judge me. I was like, nah, you're not going to see this, because it was a lot. We literally had to take a walk afterwards because we felt so heavy. We couldn't go to bed like that, so we just took a quick 1-hour walk after eating, but it was nice. And then my coconut jollof rice, oh. See the way I get excited talking about food. I know I'm a foodie. I know I've accepted it. But guys, that coconut jollof rice was so nice. Oh, I think this is the best jollof rice I have made in a very long time. Like, so far, this is definitely my best jollof rice. Like, it is so nice. It is so yummy. Very yummy. And the coconut just added a nice aroma, a nice touch to it. I think moving forward, I'm going to be making coconut jollof rice, not just plain jollof rice, because what? I wish you guys could taste it. Not me blowing my own trumpet, but guys, I'm a cook. Alright, let me stop talking. Just wanted to quickly tell you guys that I'll be making the turkey stew. Now Kunbi wants to learn, so we would both do it together, and I will definitely film it so you guys can see what I do. Like I said, it's a quick 10 minutes recipe. It doesn't take long at all. And the good thing is, yesterday we boiled all the, what's it called now, bell peppers. We blended and boiled all the bell peppers, so that's what we would be using today. So literally everything is ready just to put on the fire and get the cooking. The turkey, I boiled it a couple of days ago. I fried it. It was in the freezer. I brought it out already. So literally everything is ready just to put it on the fire. That's why I'm like, within 10 minutes we'll be done. But you guys will see everything we do, okay? Let me get to cooking. Catch you guys later. Bye. Okay. So let's start by turning on our gas. And then this is the pot I'll be using. I actually just got it recently from Argos. I really love it. So that's the pot. First thing I'll do is turn in my vegetable oil. The pot is already dry, so I'm just going to put in my vegetable oil now. And with this turkey stew, it needs quite a lot of oil. So yeah, I'm just going to use everything. It was just a little left anyway, so yeah. And then I'll just leave that to fry for about 2 minutes. Once that heats up, I'll go ahead and add so this is the blended peppers I was telling you guys about. So I blended the bell pepper, atarodo, which is like the Scotch bonnet pepper, and then onion. So everything is blended here. Once this has fried for a bit, or once this has heated up for a bit, I will go in and put this in, but you guys will see when that is ready. Okay, so this has been frying for over a minute now. I'll just go ahead and add my blended peppers. Okay, so I've turned all the peppers in the pot now. I'll just stir it up a bit. I don't think the oil I added is enough. The tomato has literally soaked up all the oil, so I'll go ahead and add a bit more. So this is a fresh brand new oil. I'll just add a tiny bit. And then I'll just leave this to fry for another 2 minutes before I go in with my seasonings. So this has been frying for about 2 minutes now. I'll go ahead and add all my seasonings. Basically the same seasonings I used for my, what's it called now, my jollof rice earlier or yesterday. Maggi. And then I'll just stir it up a bit. So with my turkey stew, I don't add any water at all because it's not a regular stew. It's more like a sauce really. So I don't like to go in with any water aside the water that comes from the blended tomatoes. I don't add any extra water. So I'll just leave this to fry for a further 2 minutes and then I'll go in with my turkey. Okay, so this has been frying for a good 3 minutes and I think it's time for me to add my turkey. So this is my turkey. Now I told you guys that I boiled and I fried it. So I just basically put it in my freezer bag, put it in the freezer, and whenever I'm ready to use it, I can just bring it out, defrost it, and use it. I'm just stirring it so that it can marinate with the sauce. So if you've noticed, I didn't cover the pot because I don't want the stew to boil. I want it to fry, so I basically just left it open all through the cooking process. If I cover it, it would boil instead of fry, and we don't want that. So just take a note of that if you're ever making this stew. So now that I've mixed it well with the turkey, it's marinated with the turkey, everything looks good. I'm just going to leave it on the fire for another 1 minute, and basically that would be your turkey stew ready. I told you guys it doesn't take long at all, mainly because I'd already blended my tomato, I'd fried my turkey, so that has taken away a lot of time from my cooking process. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this to fry for a further 1 minute and we will turn off our gas. Okay guys, so this has been frying for a good 1-2 minutes and I think my turkey stew is ready. This is the quickest stew to prepare. Let me bring you guys closer a bit. So this is what it looks like. Can you guys see how pretty that looks? And it tastes so good as well. So if you just want a quick stew, you don't want to stress, then this turkey stew is your go-to. I would say turkey sauce really, more like a sauce than it is a stew. But yeah, that's it guys. I'll just turn off my gas now. I will partially close the pot, and that is us done with our cooking. I'm so glad that we made all these meals. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed our cooking. I will catch you guys later. Bye.
Hey guys, so we promised you a friendship tag, so we're here to deliver. Anyways, I think we officially started saying hello hi in 2021. So it's quite an interesting story. I usually went to church with my friend. However, that particular day, you know, I didn't go to church with her. So what I mean is, when I'm on vacation and I'm in the UK, I will go to church with her because I knew church through her. But this time I was staying somewhere, I was staying at Lee. Yeah, and so it was time to go to church. I knew how, with how far Google Maps had taken me, but I wasn't sure of how I'll be able to fully navigate the place to get the exact location. So on my way to church, I was thinking, would I just now do this journey on my own? And wow, it seemed a bit daunting to me just because it was in Canary Wharf. A lot is going on in Canary Wharf. So as I was coming down the train from Lewisham, I saw her face flash by my face. So it's like a flash of her face. And I had seen her face previously at the Liberty Church. So I knew her as, this fine girl, but you know, it just usually says, she has a unique beauty to her, and I usually tell her that. So I recognized her from the flash, and then lo and behold, I stepped down the staircase, get to the train platform, and guess who I saw seated? It was her and her sister. So I said, okay, let me sit for a bit. But you know, there was just a bubbling up inside me, and you know, it just burst out. I was like, hi, my name is Kunbi. I'm actually going to the Liberty Church. Is that where you're going? They said yes. I said, oh, I know you, because you know, I've seen your face around at the Liberty Church. And that was how, you know, the journey proceeded. Between the train station and church, you know, we had introduced ourselves. I had introduced what I did, and she had told me what she did, and we got into church. And then from there, Buki would be so nice to me, you know, at service and after service. And there was a day she approached me and asked if I would like to be a member of her cluster. So I said yes.
By the way, cluster is like a small group in our church. So for context,
small group. So that's how I joined Buki's cluster, and I know that I was one of the problem children there because I didn't attend cluster often. Once I see Buki's message, I'll just be like, it's Thursday, time for Thursday evenings, Abby.
Tuesday
evenings, they're here. It's time for cluster. But so from there, you know, she was my cluster leader. So I, you know, would say hello, hi, and all. But it wasn't really tight until I think 2022, which is last year.
Was it 2022 or 21? I think it was like late 21. We kind of started getting closer. Or was it 2022? To be fair, I can't even remember.
I can't remember exactly.
Go on.
So we were, so there was a show on Netflix.
Oh, Love is Blind. Was it Love is
Blind?
It wasn't
even it was a sequel after Love is Blind. The one about giving them ultimatum. The ultimatum.
Okay.
And I had watched that show and it was quite interesting.
Very interesting.
I had interesting reviews, and I think on my status I just basically posted how I found the show to be a bit because I thought there was just a lot of the process wasn't so. I mean,
typical.
It didn't quite work for me. I wasn't feeling it at all, and then I had posted it, and then she too. I think she replied, and she was saying, "Oh, what kind of thing is this?" So, because it wasn't sound. It wasn't. Nice.
I was kind of agreeing with her.
It wasn't. I didn't find it to be a nice. Maybe it was the characters that were on the show that you know just seemed a bit, you know. We don't want to, so that it's not like we're attacking the show too much. But I mean, we came into agreement. I was like, we were like, why not just start, you know, agreeing concerning our marriage? Because all this kind of or these shows, we're not even understanding it. So we're like, okay. So how about we start praying towards our marriage and, you know, agreeing on it? And so we made up like a Thursday evening. We'll pray from was it 8 to 9. But what ended up happening was when we called to pray, we would end up spending like 30 minutes talking, catching up about our day, about what we've been up to. Sometimes it's a whole therapy session. And it was quite good because whatever was on my mind, I could tell you, and then you would actually have a good word and advice for me, and whatever was on your mind as well.
Yeah,
I could
it was
encourage
actually
you.
really, really
So it
good.
was good, and then from there we'll pray, and sometimes we wouldn't even have prayer points. You used to come with prayer points. You were always ready.
Yeah, I'm very structured. She likes to flow.
I flow with the
Me,
Spirit.
I'm like, okay,
so,
let's actually have a prayer point
Yeah,
meeting. But she's
written.
like, let's just let Holy Spirit lead
Yeah,
us.
the Holy Spirit lead us.
So,
And he used to really, because we will pray and we will be led, and what we prayed about was, quite apt and useful for our marriages. And basically we covered a lot of topics, and we were quite consistent. And after a while we got really busy, and then we'll try until I think about earlier this year earlier this year. Then we got really busy. We can explain. So And I don't think it's so bad. I think that God always has reasons for every season. And maybe that was just a season that we were meant to pour in, invest, and then bank. Because it's still going to, the prayers we've sent will still be relevant, and you'll still do what we've sent them to. Yes, I'm really strongly about that. So that was how we got close. And I used to love Buki because I like fashion. I have a background in fashion, and so I used to call her Buki Best Buffer because Buki was so good with.
They don't understand what's best buffer. Buffer is a slang.
Okay, buffer is a slang for like clothes, like really
someone
nice
that
clothes.
dresses
someone
well.
Who dresses well. So a buffer is someone who has baths, and baths is like premium clothes, like really nice clothes. So I used to call her Buki Best Buffer because every time I saw her picture, it was I'm like, what's going on with this girl? Then the encouragement for YouTube, actually, one day you just mentioned that that you're thinking of it. I'm like, go for it, go, and all. And I'm sure her other family members and friends also encourage her because she's so good at it. So why not? Aww. Yeah. And then she used to take some pictures that whenever she took those pictures, I just wonder, are you getting the photographer to follow you around? It's only for her to say that she was doing it by herself. I'm like, wow, that's genius, because those pictures were really good editorials. So I really liked her. I bonded. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl with a beautiful heart. She's quite open as well to engaging and helping. So she's not like a repelling person that after a while you're just like, what's the problem? No, it's easy to get along with her, and she's Christian, which I love. So we tend to have a lot of content, similar values to discuss and to work together. And we agree on quite a lot of things.
So that's it, guys. In a nutshell, that was how we met. Let me just summarize.
Your own side of
I didn't know what was going on. Of course, she said she had a flash and whatnot, and she had already she had already seen my face even before we met. And I just got on the train. I'm quite friendly. I'm quite I always wear a smile anytime you see me, so I'm very approachable. So when she came to meet me, I was quite welcoming and all, and she just, I think, even told me about the flash, the dream and all. And I was like, wow, is this how people see people? I was like, that's really, really interesting, really, really interesting. And then we just go talking, like she said. What basically helped us even bond very well was the show, The Ultimatum. She shared her perspective and I agreed with the perspective, so I replied her. I was like, I thought the same thing, X, Y, and Z. And then, like she said, we just thought, okay, let us actually intentionally start praying for our marriage. We want to have this kind of marriage, not the kind of marriage the world has. Did you get through? We started praying that, and of course, when you're praying with someone, there's no how you would not bond. There's no how you would not get close to the person. And like she said, when we have those calls, we spend 30-45 minutes talking, catching up, gisting, and then use the remaining minutes to pray. So that was how we literally got close. And she's based in Nigeria, and we built our friendship virtually online, really.
The most part of it.
The most part of it was built virtually. So I just thank God for how far we've come. It's been a beautiful, beautiful relationship, and I'm so glad that she's here. This is my first time, not my first time, but since we built our relationship, this is my first time seeing her in person, and I'm so glad that we gelled.
Are you sure this? Okay, when we used to see each other back then live in church,
I don't think we were this close. No. So since we got close, this is the first time I'm actually seeing her. So I'm so glad that, it's one thing to gel with somebody online and flow with someone online, and it's different when you see them in person. So I'm glad that we actually like gel, we like each other's company, and we're just nurturing and building the friendship further. So yeah, that's it, guys. Just wanted to give you guys a quick.
And she makes me talk a lot because she actually gives me that safe space that also I feel very comfortable around her. So I tend to be goofy and comfy because I'm not a snob, but I'm an introvert and I don't easily open up to people. So yeah, she's got that. She's got that.
We love to hear that.
Yeah, the conversation always starts with, "I'm tired. I don't think I can. Let's just," and then we're at it 3 hours.
True.
And then she'll say, "I need to go and take a shower."
True. I know. If Kunbi starts, she can be quiet, but when she decides to start talking, you really have to be patient with her.
You need to turn off the plug.
You literally need
Basically,
to.
yeah.
But yeah, it's always so beautiful to talk and catch up with her. But yeah, that's it, guys. Just wanted to quickly share how we met, because she's been featuring recently of late on.
I know they're like, where did you get this girl from?
Yeah. No, where did she get this girl from?
Okay, this is us. We have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, so just why not? Let's just tell you guys how we met. So yeah, that's it, guys. You're currently going out.
And one big point is that you can actually now defer that it was God that basically connected
Of
us.
course,
So I saw the vision, and then you are also open to it. So that's a lot of God. We've shared a lot of similarities in experiences with God and all. Yeah, we have.
It was a God ordained relationship.
Yeah, so you can pray to God for your friendships.
I think
as well.
do the honors. Pray.
I should pray for them. Okay, so I'm just going to lift whoever is watching in prayer and hoping for godly friends or kind friends, good friends, friends you can build things with and be safe with. I pray that God, as He divinely orchestrated our friendship, will divinely orchestrate your friendships in Jesus' name. I pray that He will send you destiny helpers, He will send you burden bearers, He will send you people that you can actually trust, people that are dependable, people that are reliable, people that are effective and efficient parts of your life, not friends who are just lying there redundant on days that you're bored, but friends who can actually lift up themselves and lift you up in prayers, and lift up themselves to come visit you or come see you when you need the help. I pray that God would also show Himself to you as He is the perfect friend.
Amen.
Yeah, Jesus is our friend. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, our ultimate friend.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I really like
you.
this.
We still need to share our testimony, the house testimony.
We will.
Like she said.
Comment below if you want to hear it.
Well, you heard her.
It's a strong faith testimony, and it worked for me. It also worked for her. Yeah.
So yeah, let's know if you want to hear our testimony. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. We are stepping out. You know, we told you guys that we're exploring this weekend.
We are late.
So we are literally late. So we are going to Oxford Circus, we're going to Westminster. She wants to go on London Eye, walk around Buckingham Palace. Tourist behavior, literally. So I took half day off today. So we're literally going to step out now and just have some fun. Of course, I will take you guys along with me. But it might not be in this vlog because this vlog is already long. I think it would be in the next vlog just so it's not long for you guys. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.